Hello, 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 and welcome to the Thursday afternoon live stream here at Joe Daddy's Garage. Today is January 28th, 2021. This will be the last live stream of the month. Hard to believe January is already passing us by, and February is right around the corner. So if you're new to this, I do these live streams on Monday night at 7 o'clock and Thursday afternoon at 3 p.m., and I do it on Thursdays for people in different parts of the world if they want to join in and be part of the program. We talk about classic cars, Mustangs, paint ideas, problems, whatever we can come up with as far as questions, and we welcome other people to ask questions. But we want to focus on, like I said, classic cars. 50s, 60s, 70s is probably our wheelhouse. So with that said, I have 11 people here, and we have to start off with Dr. Boom. I'm ready. I'm early for once. Love the look of the lower valance. Looks good. Can't wait for the video. Yeah, it is looking very good. Crash Rider from Southern Indiana, comes a big hello and to everyone. Okay, thank you. Big Red 67 ready for the unveiling. Yes. Jerry from Middle Tennessee, glad you're here. Nandu, good afternoon, everyone. Glad you're here. And Bob Knoll, good afternoon, Barry. How are you today? I think I'm okay. I hope you are as well. The weather is crazy. We all know this, but the last couple days, it has been basically t-shirt weather here in Georgia. It was really nice. A little bit of rain, stuff like that, but it was nice and warm. And, you start thinking, oh, spring is coming, all those thoughts of warmer weather, and today hits and it is cold. Now, I know it's different. Cold is different to different people, but I can tell you that here in Georgia, anything below 40 is cold. So it has been quite chilly today. It feels like it's about 25 degrees out, but I think it's just slightly below 40 or around 40. And humidity has a lot to do with that. That affects, the temperature as well, at least how it feels. But anyway, Scott, hello. Crazy about the loose spark plugs. Never heard of that. Yeah, I never did either. But I can tell you, when I was driving that little Honda Fit, and I've been doing Uber with it, so I'm running around, and like the heater control or the intake for the air was on recirculate, and I was like, man, let me get some fresh air, just see what that. And I can tell you, man, as soon as I did that, I smelled gas, and I was panicking. I thought, I did a line break. Is it spraying gas all over the engine? And am I going to catch on fire here in a minute? Because it was that strong. I even pulled over and popped the hood, had the flashlight out, was looking all over. I said, there's nothing wet. There's nothing, no evidence of gas anywhere. So I went on and did finished my drive that day. And I was just, why would this be having a gas smell? And then I contacted the previous owner. He lives on my street. And I said, hey, have you ever, smelled gas? And he said, no, but I smelled exhaust. And I was like, no, you didn't smell exhaust. You smelled gas. You just didn't know it. You didn't know what you were smelling. And so from there, I did find some Honda forums that mentioned it pretty quick that the people were having the same experience. Gas smell. And somebody commented that they discovered that the spark plug or two spark plugs were loose. And this has been, apparently cars have been going back to the dealer on this. And even the dealer's like, no, that's not what it is. That's not what it is. And the customer has gotten, kind of forceful and said, can you just check the plugs? And they come back and they say, you're not going to believe this. You had two loose plugs. And you could see the carbon or the soot build up around those coil packs or, the plug connectors. And I was like, man, this is crazy. So, I mean, I pulled out the loose plugs and looked at them. They were fine. Put it back together. It's running fine. Fresh air, no smell. So hopefully somebody finds some use in that video. I did not even check on, YouTube to see if that was a video that somebody had mentioned before, but I was kind of shocked to have that kind of situation going on. Dave, good afternoon. How you doing? Jessica's two-car garage. Nice where you are. Water's getting a little high out back here. Okay, that doesn't sound positive. Sorry. Okay. Jeff Reynolds. Hi, Barry. And all hope all is well. I'm listening, not watching, as I drive to the usual. Yes. Glad you're here, Jeff. Have a safe trip. Pick up your wife. Get home. Marshall, it's the wind today too. That magnifies the cold in Georgia today. Yes, it does. And you know, I'm not a fan. I have friends that say, "Oh, I love cold weather. You can always put more clothes on." That doesn't sound appealing to me. I like being able to function. I like being able, and when I'm cold, I don't function well, especially as I'm getting older. Certain joints don't like it. Piling on more clothes just makes it more constrictive. I'm outside freezing, but I've got on 3 layers of clothes. Yeah, I'd rather sweat a little bit. Leonard, glad you're here. I'm sure you're cozy out in the high desert, right? Dave, Honda Fit. So the fresh air intake is just over the head. It pulls fresh air from the engine compartment. I assume so. Pretty simple car. I mean, it's a really simple car. I don't know where the fresh air vent may actually be, but I know that between the dash and the engine, there's not much space. So I can only assume that it's very close. Harvey, Raleigh Cat Garage, glad you're here. Stang Boy 67, hey everyone, glad you're here. Gordon Cahoon from Montreal, Canada, glad you're here. Spark plugs also require torque. Yeah, that is true. Let me get some coffee. That is true. They do require torque, but I don't know if it's something to do with the engine itself. Like, because it's such a tiny engine, maybe it's got an aluminum head. Maybe it heats a little more than a normal engine, and it could expand. And over time, those plugs just work their way loose. But apparently, it's a common issue, and the fix: replace the plugs, tighten them up. I even had one person comment on that video that they had put anti-seize on their spark plugs, thinking they were going to, make it better for them to change later. And they said it didn't. It actually made it worse. And I think is what they were implying, that it didn't help. So anyway. Harvey, love the cool front valance. Yeah, it is. It's going to look really good. It's going to look really good. In fact, I have it. It's sitting right here. I was going to give another little view of it. We'll see what happens. Jessica, by the way, short videos like the valance one, make sure shorts at the end for the algorithm. Hashtag shorts. Okay. I didn't know that. I guess I need to do some more research on that. I only started doing those because a friend of mine, Tim, RC Guy Garage, he posted one, and I thought, well, I'll see what happens, because I can add to the story. Let's see, I can add to my story thing, but I can't comment on it. It's kind of goofy. If I do a story, somebody can like it, they can notice it, and thumbs up. They can ask a question on it, but I can't respond to it, which is weird. But if I do the short, then I can respond to questions on that. So I'll have to do a little more research. Thank you, Jessica, for bringing that up. I don't know where I would put the hashtag in the title, or hashtag in the comments, or in the description at the end. So I don't know where that would happen. So if you have more information, please share it. Steve, Footage Factory, what's up, man? I'm glad you're here. Hope things are going well. Did you make it? Are you still in Scotland? That's the big question. Or in England, wherever you're at. I know you were in Scotland, but you were trying to get out. Escape. Leonard, thumbs up. Thank you, Mud. Thank you. Thank you much. Dr. Boom, what editing software do you use? I use Wondershare Filmora. Wondershare Filmora. I've done some editing videos on my other channel. My other channel is Joe Daddy's Workshop. So if you want to, I think there's at least one editing video on there where I talk about it and I show how I do it. I actually have it like on screen. So if you can, if you want to look at it, that's what it is. Wondershare Filmora is the name of it. Terry Pattison, hey, from Chesapeake, Virginia. Glad you're here. Steve, you won't be back till February 20th. Man. I don't know how you do it. I can't think about driving across the street without having a budget. But to be able to go back and forth, that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Chris Greenaway, hello. Glad you're here. Well, we got 33 people watching. Oh, Dr. Boom. Yes, you're welcome. February 21st. Yeah. Well, I wasn't going to say anything, but my oldest son's birthday is February 20th. So you could be like a birthday present coming home from, visiting. Come see my son. Let's see. Jessica saying in title at end, i.e. new valance coming soon, #shorts. Gotcha. I will rectify that. Make sure I have that in there. That's it. Thank you for that. Seriously. Because I know that YouTube's algorithms are crazy. The way things work, and of course, sometimes it doesn't really matter. You can put out there's people that put out really dumb videos that get 1 million views. YouTube doesn't care. They're like, yeah, go ahead, keep watching it. So I can't do that. I'm not very versed in making these dumb type of videos. Let's see. Scott, any further consideration? Any further consideration of the 67 coupe at your friend's shop? I talked to the owner, and he had high expectations. Okay, high expectations. We're talking about a 67 coupe, stripped down, that has new floor pans, firewall, and cowl in it. Now he also there's a 302 that is rebuilt, a C4 transmission, and then he has a classic auto air kit that's never been out of the box. And the car is originally a 67 V8 factory AC car. Okay. Well, I talked to the guy. Now that we're talking about a car that is, it's nothing really has been done beside the floor pans and firewall. And I said, what do you think you want for this car? And he said, $12,000. What? 12,000? So I had to talk him down, make him understand, and I think he did understand where I was coming from, but he was just shooting for the stars. And so I made an offer I told him, you keep the engine, you keep the transmission, and you keep the air conditioning kit. And I made him an offer for basically the car. One other thing that he did buy, or several other things, he was trying to do like a California special car. So it has the big taillight panel in it. It has the fiberglass deck lid and the pieces on the quarter, and apparently it's got a Shelby front end that whatever he ordered, I don't know. So I don't know what all those pieces are, and I probably don't care, except for I would probably resell all that stuff, because if I get that car, I'm going to do the fastback conversion. So I need to start a GoFundMe, right? But I think I'm going to do the fastback conversion. I've already talked to a Dynacorn dealer about some pricing. And so we'll see what happens. The guy hasn't called me back yet. And I'm not, we'll see how it goes. But good question. Thank you, Scott. And Phil checking in. What Dum said it doesn't rain in California. Oh, good. You got some rain out there. David Sherrill checking in before I go to work. Big thumbs up, David Sherrill. Thank you. Glad you're here. Let's see. Chris, important question. Why do classic car dealerships black all the trim or paint chrome? Well, that's a good question. I've never been to a classic car dealership. Um, you know, I'm sure they're trying to hide something by the sounds of it. It's probably easier to paint it than it is to polish it. My guess. Rick, damage to my 65 body shop, offered to buy the car from me because they can't get quality parts. Interesting. Let's see. Donald Rice Hayberry from Jeanette, Pennsylvania. Glad you're here. Steve, not that it's important. I'm about to drop a new video and I'm mentioning you and your tire fitment video. Cool. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. Rick Gain, you said you had a 65 maybe for sale. What would you want for it? What does it need? Well, that's a good question. And I do need to sell the car. I need to sell the 65. It's probably easier if we may need to communicate on the email, Rick. You may want to talk to me on an email, but the car, all the body is there, and it's going to need paint. It needs paint, obviously, but it has new doors, new fenders, new hood, and it's all the like top quality stuff you can buy, and they look really good. But that much I can tell you. And of course, it's a V8 3-speed manual car. So send me an email, Rick, JDaddy'sGarage@gmail.com, and we can talk more about that. But I do. Okay, I did it again. I blacked out on you. It's this new mouse. It's got these buttons on the side by your thumb. If you hit one of those buttons, it goes back, like it goes away. So let me see if I can not do that anymore. Let's see. Jerry, I found a 67 fastback that has been repaired and in primer for $10K. Haven't looked at the car yet, but I'll probably pass on it. Would like to see the body work. Yeah. In primer, yeah, it's kind of hard to say what shape it's really in. Steve, fastback conversion, shut the front door. I will donate. Well, if I can get the car, we'll go from there. Jessica also needs to be shot in vertical, cell phone, upright type of thing, max of 59 seconds. Email me if you get stuck. I'll let the show go back to cars now. Okay, thank you, Jessica. I'm glad you brought that up because I didn't know that. The hashtag shorts. I know it has to be shot vertical. I know that much. So I'll have to get that hashtag on there. Leonard, yeah, rain and snow up here in the high desert. Oh, wow. Okay. Jessica, yes, it does rain in Central California. I'm sure it does. Out of gas garage. That is Ricard in Sweden. Heavy snowfall tonight in Sweden. Hello, everyone. Glad you are here. Chris, how do you progress on a project when you have differing views on the build? That's a good question. And I'm going to say you probably don't. You probably don't. Or there's some sort of compromise that has to be made. But if you don't have an agreement on pieces and parts and stuff like that, then it may end up dead in the water. Yeah, sorry, I screwed up on the button. Yeah, I'm back. Ronald Bell checking in from Northeast Tennessee. Glad you're here. Looking forward to fastback conversion. I am too. If I can get everything, get all those ducks lined up so that things work out. And time to get a different mouse. Well, this is a different mouse, unfortunately. I didn't know when I ordered this thing because I've mentioned in the last video that I've been having wrist issues. And so to alleviate some of that pressure on the wrist, I got this vertical or upright mouse. And the little buttons are really almost the same width as my thumb. Like I can hit both those buttons if I wanted to with my thumb. That's the difficulty. So I have to find a place where I can keep my thumb and not rotate it so it hits one of those buttons. So it's one of those motor memory type of things where you have to get it lined up. Okay, I want to show you this because I'm pretty excited about this front valance. I know we got 49 people here. That's fine. I don't care. Let me get a drink of coffee. And I know I'll show this once, but I've been taking pictures of it and little video clips. But I'm pretty excited about this. This thing is looking fantastic. I may be biased. I may be slightly biased, but this is looking fantastic. And what I've done, of course, the video shows how I did this, but I basically widened this overall 4 inches. So I cut the curve out and moved it 2 inches, cut the curve, moved it 2 inches. And believe it or not, this piece right here is part of a old fender from a wrecked Nissan that I rebuilt the car one time for a friend of ours. And so I just took that piece and made it into the curve that I wanted for the front of this. So it's looking really good. Of course, I have to finish welding it and grinding it, and there'll be a little body work on it, a little filler, smooth it up. But I'm pretty excited about that. I was wondering how could I take that, contact AMD or somebody and say, why don't you make a copy of this, and then we can sell it. That would be great. I don't know how that works though. Chris. Cool. I'm going to say this. My dad wants to delete the molding. I want to replace it because most people build them like the Trans Am with molding delete. Oh, okay. Well, I guess it's his car, right? That's probably how, if you look at it that way, you gave him that car. So it's kind of his to make that decision. But you may want to argue about it. I don't know. Scott's, what company would you order the conversion kit from? I see a few when Googled. Well, I've contacted a dealer who is in Pennsylvania, and he's a Dynacorn dealer. So it would be Dynacorn panels. And I have to see, first of all, if I can get, the car to start with, and then, go from there. If I can work it out, and I may work with that, if I can, with that dealer. I don't know if I can or not, but I may try to work something out and say, look, if I promote you, can you work something where I get a percent, a little percentage or something if somebody buys these kits? I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But we'll have to get the car first. So I got to take all the steps. Thank you, Chris. Yeah, I like it too. I think it looks really cool. Looks great. You could probably make and sell those. I probably could. Honestly, this, for what I've done right here, and again, I had somebody ask me, do you track your time? Can you give us some idea how long something takes? I don't track time. I don't, because I'm not doing constant work, let's say, on one particular thing. So I might be working on something and then move to something else and move to something else. And I can't sit here and take a little notepad and write down, 20 minutes here, 30 minutes there. I just don't do it. So, but they were asking if I could, talk about time and stuff like that. Well, this piece, honestly, I probably have 3 hours in it, maybe. I mean, but I've been rolling the idea in my head for probably a month or more, and I kept I always do that. I keep stuff in the back of my head, and I may be off doing something else, and I just kind of let that thing float to the front and go, okay, what if I did this? What if I did that? And but for this amount of, this is just a matter of, having the vision, and then cutting and making the pieces was relatively simple. Looking forward to the video on the valance. It looks good. Thank you. I agree. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Looks fantastic. I need to do that, so I have an excuse not to have a plate on the front here in Iowa. There you go. Yeah, there is no place, no provision for it. See if they can let that slide, right? Thank you, Leonard. Appreciate that. Yeah, Chris, you're financing it. Yeah, I mean, I understand. I understand. Don't let it get between you guys. Just put it that way. Don't let it get between you when you're trying to figure out which way to go in a car. Greetings from cold and rainy Cornwall. Kim Kiranicki, glad you're here. Let's see. David Sherrill, love what you've done to the valance. Need more thumbs up just for that. Looking forward to the video. Yes, thank you. It's coming. Video will be out. I hope to have it. Hopefully I can get it all put together by tomorrow. Jeff Reynolds, hi again. I just parked, didn't hear much apart from Barry drinking coffee and just reading through the comments. Well, I'm glad you're here anyway. Chris, we don't track time on our classics. Someone online said to me, why are you ordering so many parts? My response, because it's never done. And when it is, I'm on to the next. Yes, that's a good point. Chris, make a mold as a reference or even just sell them as a custom pieces until you land a contract to move them in volume. Just ask. We're here to help. Yeah. Well, I don't even know how I'd make a mold. I mean, I don't know. You all know how I am. I love to build things. I love to fabricate things, but I'm not real good at going to that other steps involved with that. It's just like building the cross member for the Brooklyn Pony. I mean, I there it is. Here's my design. See if you can, copy it. It's really hard for me to think about the next steps in that chain. Leonard, unless you're doing restoration for a living, time doesn't exist. That is true. That is true. And I'm doing what I do. I like doing it. Jeff Reynolds, I'm not going to ask, but I really miss Barry and y'all. Ended up in emergency department December 20th. Had to lie low, literally. What? But I really miss Barry and y'all. I ended up in emergency department December 20th and I had to lie low. Okay. I don't know what exactly that implies, Jeff, but I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. I can say that much. Steve, Footage Factory, can you explain what you're doing for the fastback conversion? I'm playing with the idea, maybe sending it to you if you'd entertain it. Well, the idea, I mean, you can buy all the pieces to build the fastback. So essentially, you remove, it's like doing the opposite of the floor pan. If you think about it, if you're doing a one-piece floor pan. So now you're keeping the floor pan and taking everything else off. And then you buy the whole sides, complete side structure with the rocker panel and everything in place, attach those. And you also, you get a new roof panel. There's some inner structure pieces. You get quarter panels, and you put it all together. So it's kind of just like the opposite of doing the floorboard or the floor pan. But I'm really, if I can, like I said, if I can put it together, I'll do it. Chris, I'd love to have a donor Mach 1 and get a Dynacorn body. Well, just be careful with that. I can tell you right now, the Dynacorn bodies, yes, you're buying a built vehicle. However, everyone that I've talked to who has worked with those have found that you have to redo a lot because they just put them together and put them on a crate and send them. And then the people that get them end up having to cut loose pieces, reshape stuff. It's almost like they just kind of get it close, and then it's up to you to fix everything. That's how I look at it. And I've seen something firsthand There's a shop right up the road from me. The guy does nothing but Mustang. Well, I won't say he does a lot of Mustangs and Broncos and different things. And I went in there and looked at it, and he said, "Yeah, I've got a new body from Dynacorn." He said, "I shouldn't have done that." I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "We had to cut loose this, cut loose that. This angle was wrong. This angle was wrong." He said, "We had to do a bunch of work just to make it close." So just words of advice there. Jerry, I would like to make a carbon fiber valance. Making molds with carbon fiber is an easy way to produce the valance. That's true. That is true. Hello from cold Norway. -4 degrees Fahrenheit here today. That probably feels warmer than it does here in Georgia. But I'm sure you're more used to that weather than most of us, I would assume. If you were born and raised there, it's more natural for you. Jeff, don't ask. I've been a bit silly with y'all, but I'm most look forward to y'all talking city about early Mustangs and the like. What? Oh, okay. Hold on. You're throwing some slang at us, aren't you? Okay. But I'm looking forward to y'all talking city, which apparently means talking dirty. Don't ask. I've been a bit silly with y'all, but I'm most looking forward to y'all talking dirty about early Mustangs and the like. Okay. All right, Jeff. We're trying. Chris, my buddy did a Camaro. It was nearly spot on except for glass and weather stripping channels. Cool. Maybe the Camaros, they do a better job on it. I don't know, but I know from people I've talked to who've done the Mustang, they're like that. There's a lot of extra work that they have to put into it. Jose Garza, hi from Houston. What are your thoughts on undercoating? I see a lot of people using bed liner. Well, it depends on the part of your country where you're at. Here in Georgia, South U.S. I'm just basically using a spray-on undercoating, just a rubberized 3M spray undercoating. That's all I need here in Georgia. But the idea of using the bed liner stuff, I like that. That's tough stuff. We all know that's tough stuff. In fact, I've used it in my dune buggy. I put it on the floor of the dune buggy on the inside, and I used it with the texture because with a dune buggy, old fiberglass dune buggy, getting in and out, you could easily slip, and I put the texture in there so that when I'm getting in, my shoe has traction and I don't fall into the car. But I do like the idea of using it on the underside of the car as well. So, just preparation is probably the key. It's got to be clean, of course, and whatever else they tell you in the instructions. But for the most part, like I said, here in Georgia, I use the sprayable stuff, and it turns out nice, and I haven't had really any issues with it. Chris, imagine the Cougar done up with a fastback. Actually, was it you or somebody else that sent me pictures of a Cougar, and somebody had done fastback conversion on it, and the one version I saw was with the 65 and 6 fastback roof on it, and it didn't look right at all. Another version I saw was with the 67, 68 style. It actually looked pretty decent. So I have seen pictures, and I don't remember who sent them to me, but yeah, that's a cool concept. Predictive text. Yeah, I know. I've been using that, trying to do voice to text when I'm sending my wife messages, and she cracks up because the stuff that I send is not what I'm saying. Marshall, do the conversion kits come with the interior pieces too? They sure like to charge a ton for fastback interior pieces. Well, the conversion is just sheet metal. Just sheet metal. There is no trim, no interior. So my concept, or what I would do if I did the 67, would be just to do the sheet metal. I would take the car, get all the sheet metal on it, and then sell it. I don't want to build the whole car. I just want to do metal work. That's really what I like this right here. Metal work. welding, cutting, fitting. I like that. But from what I understand, it's just all the structural pieces to build the fastback. Jeff Reynolds trying. You're doing a great job, Barry. Well, thank you, Jeff. Appreciate that. Crash Rider J Daddy, someone said you were going to make an announcement today regarding the big prize giveaway when you reach 50,000 subscribers. Was that someone you? The way it's going, man, I don't know. I've talked about it before, and it gets frustrating. You know, and I don't know, again, if YouTube is what's going on, but, you know, the numbers keep going down. Honestly, the revenue numbers just keep on. So I don't know. Maybe I need to do a video where I'm changing clothes or something, and people, you know, watch the video over and over, right? No, that wouldn't work. I don't think anybody would watch that. I don't have the looks for such a thing. But you know, I don't know what else is going on, but the numbers keep going down, and I am getting. Let me see if I can find it. I know where my stats are right now. Since you mentioned that, I'm just kind of curious. I haven't checked it in a couple days, but I think I'm at 46.7, maybe. No, 46.439. 46.439 is where I'm at. So it might be a while until I get to 50 by the looks of it. Yeah. This whole thing. Well, let me do this. Let me see if I can do this and show you what's going on. I don't know if this will work or not. We'll find out. Yep. I'm going to save this. Okay. Give me just 1 second. I just took a snip. I don't know if you have a snipping tool you can use. And I just wanted to see what the numbers were showing. And it can be depressing pretty quick. Oops. Well, okay. So this is a snip, right? So this is actual front page stuff off of my channel. And if you look at that, there's my current subscribers. There's my views, shows it down 2%. Watch time is down 5%, and revenue is down 42%. 42%. That's crazy. I don't know what or why it's doing that. It shows, you know, what the top videos are in the last, you know, so many hours, and a couple of those were the short things. But that's the reality right there. That is live as of this very moment, and I don't know why those numbers keep going down. I really don't. Doesn't make any sense to me. Anyway, Earl, hi Barry. Love those video shorts. How long before we can smell some paint on Jade? You know, I was hoping that, you know, my goal was the end of this month. Didn't happen. Had a few other things tying me up. And of course, the weather hasn't helped either. But one of the big things was this valance. I wanted to get that taken care of because I want to get primer on everything. And so I finally got this figured out. And I'm looking forward to getting a video up on that tomorrow. But as far as paint, hopefully soon. Hopefully. Chris, the old stuff undercoating is best. My Firebird was done in 77, 79, only had 3 inches of frame rot 43 years later. Yep. And it depends where the car is from, too. That's a lot of it. Because I know in Pennsylvania, we had Rusty Jones or whatever. And, hello, Rusty Jones, goodbye, Rusty car. Well, all it meant was they covered it up. So you would find these little plugs in the doors and stuff like that, rocker panels, and they would just spray in a tar-like material. And all it really did was trap the rust. And if it had moisture or something in it, it just kept right on rusting. You just didn't see it. So it depends on where you're at. Depends on where you're at. RJ, I feel sorry for the person who's going to remove the bed liner in the future. Yeah, that's hopefully they don't have to. Hopefully they don't have to remove that bed liner. But yeah, that's that's some tough stuff. I will say that. Jeff, am I allowed to extend our discussion to 70 Mustang Fastback Stock 302 3-speed? Sure. Okay. What do you want to talk about? Crash Rider. Last time I'll take Dave's word for anything. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if Dave's here. I don't see Dave. We have Dave Conville. He's here. Chris, RJ sanded my truck down. Did it myself. And did it myself, sand like a shoe polisher. Okay. RJ. All right. Let me see here. Steve, Barry, I'm sorry I'm beating this dead horse. I just can't get it out of my head. I'm shipping my wife 68 to Scotland this summer, but my wife asked if I can convert it to a fastback, but know how to wear out. What? Know how to wear out. I'm shipping my wife 68 to Scotland this summer, but my wife asked me if I can convert it to fastback, but know how. I don't know. I'm confused. We'll figure that out in just a second. Jeff Reynolds, 3-speed. Oh, 3-speed. Okay. Steve, Footage Factory, ads stop after Christmas for a while. Yeah, they do. It always happens. Every year I see it, and it's always kind of like, really? Is it really dropping that much? This time for me in 2021, it actually feels like a bigger drop than my normal drop in January. So yeah, little frustrating. Steve, my revenue down to $30 a month from $45 in Christmas. Yeah, it definitely makes a difference right after that. Right after Christmas, I agree with you on that. King Custom, I'm glad you're here. I think I'm okay. No cussing, Barry. This is a family show. Yes. Imagine every subscriber gave you $1 a month. Imagine. Imagine. Exactly right, Ricard. That is exactly right. What if every subscriber gave just $1 a month to help support? I couldn't imagine that kind of money. I just really couldn't. But that would be amazing. That would be just simply amazing if that would happen. And there have been people. And we'll give a shout out to the patrons who have. There's several that have joined in, and there are some who have increased their pledge, which is fantastic. I think right now the number, I don't have it pulled up, and I mean I'll be honest with you. That's one thing that's very encouraging for me is the patron support, because that is not affected by YouTube's shares or take. And honestly, right now, as of today, the pledge for January, the end of the month, is $487. That's the pledge, and that's an increase. I mean, that's definitely an increase, and that's encouraging to me. When I see that, I'm like, cool. That helps, because even though I see the revenues drop slightly on Patreon, on YouTube, knowing that there's that kind of a buffer helping me along, that really encourages me. Steve, companies' ad money is down. The ads pay us when they show their ads on our channel. Yes, very much so. Brian, hi, Joe Daddy. I watched your Killmat install. I'll be purchasing some in the near future along with the rollers. Cool. Available on Amazon. They're on there. Oh, we have a Dave showing up. Winged Warrior Dave is here. Cricado Funelaria. That's a lot of words. Boa tarde. And I'm saying I'm assuming that means a little late. I'm assuming, but I'm glad you're here. Leonard, it could just be what's going on. Hopefully things will get back to normal very soon. I hope so. I don't know what normal is anymore. Don't know. Crash Rider question. There are 45 watches right now and only 20 thumbs up. Come on, people. There should be at least 40. Show your support for Joe Daddy and all he does for us. Yes. By all means. By all means, please do. Kudulev, listen to podcasts of 3 known YouTubers. They talked about not publishing videos in January, February because the YouTube ad rates charged by YouTube decline after the holidays due to supply demand. You know, that's not a bad idea. I mean, I'm going to still, maybe I shouldn't. Now you got me thinking. Because I've been trying to do 2 videos a week. That's been my goal. You know, try to do 2 videos a week. I try to do Tuesday and Friday if I can pull it off. I don't want to not publish any videos, but maybe I shouldn't publish more than 1 a week now. That's a good thought, actually. I had not considered that. Because what's the difference if I'm reducing my footprint going out if the ads aren't there? You might be onto something. I might have to check into that. Maybe you could send me an email to that podcast. I would like to hear that. David and Cheryl got to get going to work. We'll watch it when I get home and give you another view. Everyone take care. Yes, glad you're here. Have a good day at work. Let's see. Dave Conville, what did I do now? You're just part of the Dave gang. King Custom, love the hats. Thank you. Appreciate that. Oh, come on, Bell. I keep saying it. I'm going to get these ordered. I finally got a return email from the company. And initially they were like, were like, send us your business license and send us your state tax form and all that. I'm like, I don't have that stuff. I'm like, do I have to have a business license to get these? So now I have to, they emailed me back and said, you don't need to do that. Just send us the credit application or something. So I'll have to get that moving shortly. But now I know I can process. Steve, footage ran out of text room. No fastback how-tos are out there. And you're seriously the only channel that shows how to do that. Yeah, and I really want to do it. And part of that is, and I know I've had questions about, I know Rick was asking about my 65. Well, the reality is I only have this much space, what we have right here. I've got the Brooklyn Pony sitting here waiting. I've got to get this car painted. The 65 and the Model A are in my house garage. So I need to sell the 65. So I have a place to put the 68 so that I have a space to work on whatever else comes next, but anyway, and then I have other concerns with other cars that I have. So one way or another, something's probably going to have to go. So I have to figure that out. Seb, glad you're here. Steve, I always donate, but I can't now because YouTube only does it in UK pounds and my card is in dollars. That's okay. It's all good. I'm just glad you're here, Steve. Seriously. Richard, greetings, Barry. I would publish one video a week. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. And what I can do, because here was a goal that I had in mind earlier, or like in midsummer last year, was I wanted to have one video queued so that I wasn't panicking trying to get both videos out. So I could have one loaded and it would release, and I could have another one, take a little bit of time and pressure off to put the videos in sequence. But that makes sense. That may actually make sense to drop down the put output. But we'll see. Well, I'm gonna have to look a little more into that. Seb picked up those ceiling E27 socket shop light, 80 watt, 8,000 lumens, pretty cool and bright. Okay. Ceiling E27 socket shop light. Is that one of those? It's like the 4 wings. It screws into a light bulb outlet. Is that what we're talking about? 327. Is it okay to patch a torque box? I have a 68. The frame rail is rusted out, but the bottom part of the box is gone. When you say patch, I don't know about patching. If the top section is good, which sounds unlikely, but if it's good, you probably further ahead to buy the 2 pieces, or if you can buy I don't know if you can buy the bottom half. I think they sell them either assembled, welded together, or in separate pieces from Dynacorn. But I don't know if they sell them, the bottom half by itself or not. I think you're further ahead, if everything else is solid, to buy that, buy the kit and just use the lower half. I wouldn't want to patch it. I don't think I would be comfortable with that. It wouldn't look right. It would almost look, honestly, if somebody were to look underneath the car, if you had patched up a torque box, they're going to look at it and go, wait, are you trying to hide something here? Kind of thing. But if you have a one solid piece in there, it looks better. So, Steve, actually, maybe it's a good idea to hold back footage to once a month until revenue is back up. Well, I don't know that I want to do once a month. That might be, maybe I ought to do every 2 weeks. I don't know. But January is almost over. So, that's something to think about, though. I'll have to think about that. Chris, Barry, for subs and numbers, what if you did a joint miniseries with Thunderhead, Vice Grip Garage, etc.? That'd be great fun. Even do a shared project that rotates through the channels. That would be awesome. That would. But I don't have any connections with those guys. And I don't know what it takes to make those connections. But that would be great. I think it'd be fantastic. Especially, if I could do something where I do all the the metal work and stuff, and then hand it off, and here you do something with it, I would love that. Dave, okay, so there's the link. Okay. I don't know if I can. I can't click on that and do anything with it. Send it to me in email, if you can, please. That would be nice, because it won't let me click on any hyperlinks in here. Okay. Yeah. King's Custom, how's the Mustang doing? It's coming along. I talked about it earlier, and I've been sharing little video clips, and I'll show it again because I just really think it's cool. But this is the front valance that I customized, and it's all just sheet metal, And I just think it turned out really, really nice. I'm not done yet. I've still got to finish welding all this in, grind it down, smooth it, whatever. But I mean, just that whole function of it, and it acts like a scoop too. So when it's on the car, this is angled up and these are angled in. Helps force air into the radiator. Uh-oh, Iron Man just went down. Oh, there you go. I turned a little light on too while I was touching it. Okay. Get Iron Man back in his spot. He's got to do security. Dale, hello from Northern California. I'm glad you're here. Okay, Seb. Yeah, I figured that's what you were talking about, but I wasn't 100% sure. Jose, what 65? Have a friend in North Carolina looking for one. Okay, I have a 65 coupe, 289 3-speed manual car that is probably 99% rust-free. Has a title. It runs. Brand new front fenders, brand new doors, brand new hood, and they're high-end parts, real high-end parts. I still haven't done a video on that car. If I did a video on it, it would probably sell pretty quick. But if anybody is interested in that car, send me an email so that we can talk about it. But emails at the bottom of the page, joedaddysgarage@gmail.com, and we can go from there. So Seb, yes, okay. Cooter, it was one of the January Making It podcast, DeResta, Claggett, and Picuto. They talk a lot about nuances of YouTube-based business at times. Okay. Making It podcast. All right. Well, again, if you can send me a link to it, that would be awesome. Because, a lot of times when I do these, as I do these live streams, it's hard for me to keep up with side input stuff. It really is. There's no way for me to tag this without like writing it down somewhere. Lewis Schmidt. Hey, Mustang Guru. Hey, Lewis. I'm glad you're here. Hope all is well. Leonard. Hey, I put one of those lights in my garage and it lights up the whole garage. Really? Well, it's funny. I had an offer from some company. Wanted me to advertise those lights, and I never did it. And maybe I should have. I don't know if it would have helped or not, but they wanted me to advertise. But I've had some people that want me to advertise, and I talked about this before. My coffee's probably cold. I've talked about this before, where they're like, hey, we want you to advertise our product. And I ask them, what do you give me as reimbursement? What do I get? Oh, we'll give you the product for free. Really? Like I had one, they wanted me to advertise like like a spray cleaner or something, a variety of spray cleaner stuff that they sell. And I was like, what do I get out of it? And they said, oh, we'll give you a box full of the spray cleaner. Well, great. How much do you sell that stuff for? $5 a bottle, whatever. So really you're telling me you want me to do a video for $5, and sponsor your product. No, not doing that. It's okay. Oh, okay. He's talking to Seb. Dave's talking to Seb. Steve, if you do once a month footage drop, then you'll have a bunch of videos ready to drop at a later date, all fresh videos in the pipeline. True. And I don't know that I would lose anybody in the process. I could still do, like I did that little Honda repair video. I could still maybe do something like that. But yeah, I need to find a better angle on that to get more bang for the buck, right? The top is good. 327. I'm not sure what that's about. Cooter, be strategic about videos. If you know it's going to be a popular video, hold it for higher rates per view. Yeah. And I try to time them out to where it says most of your viewers are on at this time of day. Like it's 4:00, release it at this point. So yeah, maybe I could keep doing the little teaser videos, right? Something's coming. Pay attention. Richard, we need to get you a sponsorship from one of the big suppliers like NPD. Yeah, that would be great. That would be great. Now, I don't know what all that entails, but that would be great. Speaking of which, I showed that grill, that Shelby style grill that I want to use in Jade. And IR disappointed. Once I put all the trim pieces in place, the grill is like this much short on both sides. Why? Why is it short? If I took the thank you, Chris. Awesome, man. Thank you. If I took the factory grill and I put it in place and check the fitment, it actually overhangs the aluminum pieces that make the surround. It sticks past it. And if I put the honeycomb grill in, it comes up short. So I'm going to have to modify it, I guess. I mean, I could send it back, and part of me wants to do that, but I don't know at what point it becomes cost effective. So like the grill is $50. So I would have to come up with a piece of expanded metal, which probably isn't that hard, except for a lot of places want you to buy the whole sheet. I don't know what I would do with a 4x8 foot sheet of expanded metal. I know I could make a grill exactly like I want it. I would mimic the original exactly so that I wouldn't have those issues. Or I keep the one I have and I undo what they did and make it the correct length. That's where I'm at right now. So that's probably where I'll end up, is making the making the grill fit the car. Unfortunately, that's just how it is. I still am debating on making a piece for the bottom grill. I don't know if I'm going to do that yet or not, but I was trying to make provision for that. So like working on flanges and stuff on the backside. So if I can come up with another piece that suits me, I can maybe put that in there as well. I also mentioned that I was going to work on maybe having some lights in that opening, but the more I look at it, it would be very difficult because the bottom of the core support and the center brace are right there for the hood latch support. There's not a lot of room for the lights. I'll still consider it, but I haven't committed to doing that. I'm probably leaning more away from the idea of the lights at this point. I need airflow. We all need airflow to keep these cars cool, and even the lights would be somewhat of a restriction. So just some other things to consider. Okay, so let's see. All right, so I have a couple emails about the blogs and the podcast. So cool. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Yeah, now I have to think about that, whether I want to even release any of the videos. Maybe I won't do a video tomorrow. Maybe I just won't. Yeah, maybe I just won't do a video. I can get it all edited, have it ready to go, release it Tuesday or Wednesday. Maybe I can do it Wednesday. But that's not a bad idea. Because again, I was trying to do 2 a week, but if there's no ads popping up, or not paying well, what's the point? What's the point? All right. So we're an hour and 4 minutes into it. We still have 50 people here, so I'm glad you're here. Leonard, don't add lights, leave it as is. Yeah, I'm probably going to not add lights. Release it prime time. Well, when is prime time? And they show me the algorithm of when people are viewing, videos and what time of the day to release and that sort of thing. But maybe I need to reconsider, like I said, the whole process there, for at least for the first couple months here, because okay, so Dave's saying the link talks about it. Okay, well that helps. Then I will definitely listen to those or watch those and see what they say. Otherwise, we're an hour 5. I think I'm probably going to go. I still want to get this welded up today, and that's again, take some time, but I want to get that welded up. Make sure all my measurements are good. I may still do some tweaking. I don't know yet, but I'm really happy with this. I think this looks really cool, and it would be. I wish there was some way that I could contact a company and say, hey, why don't you make a copy of this? You invest all the money in it, you make it, and then sell it and give me some money back. That's the difficulty. They want money too. They want somebody to pay for all the tooling. And there's no way that I could go, I got that I can do that, but we'll see how it goes. Leonard, yep, thumbs up. Thank you for that. Till Monday then. Yes. Okay. All right. It's been a good live stream. I'm glad people have come and interacted and brought up some good thoughts and questions and ideas. And yeah, now I have to really think about things a little harder, see where things are going. I am still working on the hats. I mentioned that before. If you're interested, again, I mention it all the time. I have stuff on Amazon, still t-shirts and mugs and stuff like that on Teespring. And maybe a new t-shirt coming out. I should mention that. There may be a new t-shirt coming out. There's a new design that is in the works. Jorge, glad you're here. I'm getting ready to sign off. All right. Okay. So until Monday, which we'll do it again at 7 o'clock, but until Monday, take care of yourselves. See ya.